Welcome everyone. Hello, and you're onboarded onto Skill Pulse. So today we are going to be learning about product management. My name is Ravi Ahlawat, and I've spent close to 4 years in this particular domain. So the reason why we are all here because product management as a career has been very well sought after, and especially is in very high demand in the markets. So, in this particular course and this learning series, we're going to be covering everything in product management end to end, right from the start, that is the definitions of how do you define a product, to how do you actually create products and launch it for customers, how do you understand customers' needs, and the entire creation from ideation to the launch as well marketing the product, understanding how to take feedback, and the entire nuances of it. So, before we get started, before going into the very depths of it, we are going to be quickly covering the definitions part. And for a start, we'll be understanding how do you define a product or what are the basic understandings of a product. So, let me quickly start here. So, the first question that we should be asking ourselves is what is a product, right? So, what is a product? What is the definition of the same? So, a product is anything that helps you attain a given goal or complete a given task or a job. That is it. The goal, the job, or the task can be very simple, as in listen to music, or become rich, or maybe travel from place A to place B. These are several examples of a job. So let us quickly jot them down. Anything, and to add here, in most cases it is mostly a tool, whether intangible or the software. So anything, mostly a tool that helps you attain a given goal or to complete a task or a job. How do you define these tasks or job? As I've told you, it can be from very simple statements or exercises that we do on a daily basis to very complex ones. But the complex ones can eventually be broken down into the simpler ones. Okay, so we'll quickly understand examples of a task or a job. Okay, the first example can be listen to music and travel from place A to B, or lose weight and maybe become rich, or we can be a little more specific here, invest in stocks. So this is a definition of a product that will be following in this particular course. Definitely we will be talking about every definition in detail. So we'll go straight ahead from here. So now that we have understood how do you define a product, before going further in it and achieving our goal to get a job or gain some industry experience in the same, or understand in detail what product management is, I guess looking at history is equally important. We always should understand how has history treated us, or in this case history treated products. So we'll do a very interesting exercise and I'll let you know as we go forward. So what we're going to be doing is we'll talk about a person A who has lived 100 years back from now, right? And wants to listen to music. How can he or she do that? Is there any product that existed in that time? If yes, then what is it? What are the different ways to do it? If not, what happened? What happened in the last 100 years? And understanding how product innovation has taken place from this particular example. So to start, the first thing that we're going to do is go back 100 years in time. So the date becomes 5th of June 1923. So before getting started, let us understand that this is a time when India is under colonial rule, British Raj, as you may say. There is no urbanization. There are only 4 cities, majorly Delhi, Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. most of the Indians live under the poverty line, have very edged lives, do not have a lot of money, right? And most of the Indians are living in very rural setups like villages or towns with very few amenities, less electricity or entertainment sources like radio, televisions. Televisions have just been invented yet and are not found in the Indian subcontinent amongst the masses, only with the riches, right? So, yeah, let's quickly understand what we're trying to do here. So, we are talking about a person A who wants to listen to music, or we can be a little more specific here. Person A wants to listen to music of choice. So, as a storyline, person A went to Delhi. He lives nearby Delhi for some paperwork he wanted, for some urgent paperwork, and got very lucky and had the chance to visit a theater and watch a movie. And in that particular movie, he listened to this song, the tone of which has been, stuck in his head since then. He is humming of this music, of this tone since then, and it's driving him crazy. So he wants to hear it once more. But can he actually do that? And if yes, what are the different ways to do it? Let's try to gauge that. He lives in this small town, or it's actually very equivalent to a village. So let's see what are the different ways by which he can do the same. Alright. So what are the different ways that come across your mind? Like, I'll help in this particular case right now. Just a minute. Yeah. So out of all the ways that he or she can do it, the first one is he reaches out to a peer in the village who sings very well, and he gives him the lyrics of the song as well as the tune, and asks or requests the person to sing it out to him, right? So we'll quickly just note it down. Ask a peer to sing it back. Alright. Another way that comes to my mind right now is that he can go to the station master who has a radio, or make very rich friends in the village who may have a radio, do his homework, understand when that particular song will be aired on the radio, if at all, and then go reach the radio in time and listen to the song. So it can be, if you jot it down, hear it on the radio when it airs, given the assumption that it will air on the radio, where the chances are very slim even, right? A third way that comes to my mind right now is he or she can wait for a street performance that may happen in his village, and the performers may be reciting a play of that particular movie, covering different scenes of it, and then eventually covering a little track of that particular song, or even the song. This is again very tricky. He's not sure if that's going to happen in the case. But for our understanding, that is also one way. So we'll jot it down. Hear it in a street performance live. Another way to hear the song of his choice is to go back to Delhi, find out or locate a music studio, locate the CD, not the CD, basically the disc, put it on the gramophone, and have a beautiful time with it. This requires a lot of efforts, but because we are counting the number of ways to do it, we'll note it down. So, hear it in a music studio. Right? As you would have guessed it by now, the ways to listen to your favorite music at the time you want it to is from difficult to pretty impossible back in the day, like 100 years back. So what I'm trying to tell you is products that we take for granted in our day-to-day lives were not always there. The time that my great-grandfather or grandfather have lived was not a time where every amenity was very easily available. So as an exercise, keeping this particular task as the underline, that is listen to music of your choice, this is an open exercise for you guys. where I want you to go from year 29 to 23, take every 25 years from then, that is for every gap of 25 years. Note down what have the different products through which people in India could listen to music existed. What products have existed to listen to music? Have these products worked very well? If not, what were the gaps in them and what eventually killed them? Okay? What were the gaps in them that eventually led to their death? Right? And in addition, we are going to understand, or we are going to point out what are the gaps that exist in music listening in today's world. So this is a small exercise. Let's do it. Let's complete this before we go further into evaluating how listening to music works and how can we improve it. Thank you so much.